What about this star? Interested these three men so much that they decided they have to follow it. What was it that caused them to leave their own nation, to travel far afield, to discover what it was all about? We know they tell us that they knew it was about some great king, but still they didn't fully understand what it meant or where it was supposed to bring them. They just knew something was happening, and they wanted to be part of it. And so they followed. The reality is, that is how life can get. We can kind of understand something is happening, but we're really not sure what it is. It can get kind of foggy. And we need that light that will help to lead us along the way, to point us to where we're supposed to go. Because it can be really hard to, in a sense, figure it out on our own. But in this world, where is that light? What is that star that they're supposed to follow? And the reality is, it's us, all of us. At our baptism, a candle was handed to our godfather usually, but one of the godparents usually. And in it, we're told that the light of Christ has been entered into us. And that light is intended to be kept burning brightly. We are intended to be the light of Christ. We are intended to be that star that so long ago led the Magi to the Lord. Our very lives are intended to show that light into the world. Our very lives are intended to be that beacon that breaks through the fogginess, the darkness. But the reality is, people might not always understand what it is that they're going to, what it is that they're even interested in finding. Because the truth is, at their very core, each person is being called by the Lord, because God never forsakes or abandons anyone. And the Lord is calling everyone to himself. And so at the deepest desire of every human being is to come to discover Christ, is to find him. And that is the great pain of our world, that so many people are looking in other places, trying to discover that which is their deepest longing, because they don't understand what it is. And we are intended to be the light that leads them there. And the amazing thing is that it's not just fellow Christians. The whole point of the story of the Magi is that Christ is intended for all people. For every single human being on this planet. And it is the light that we are called to shine through the life that we are living, that should bring others to Christ. to lead them to him. And ultimately, the way we do that is very simple, but very difficult. It is about taking the words of Christ to heart and to truly living them, which is not love of God and love of neighbor, or do unto others as you would have them do unto you. No, the words that we're called to are much more difficult than that. It is not my will, but your will be done. And that is how we become the light. When we seek to do nothing else in our life but the will of the Father. And that every word we speak because it speaks of Christ. And every act we make allows Christ to be seen through us. But that is how Jesus lived his life. And that is how we become the light that will lead others to him. And ultimately, as we think of the Magi, they brought such great gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But if we can become that light that truly leads others to Christ, we will give the greatest gift possible to both others and to Jesus himself.